So I'm Audra. I've been needlepointing for about a year. I'm obsessed with it. And this is a project that I just finished literally last night. The artist is, their signature is Swirly. I'm gonna look up for you what that artist actually is and put it in the comments. But I got this at Scrim Discovery Needlepoint. That shop is in Ocean City, New Jersey. And I really love how it turned out. The mesh is orange, as you can see. It's an 18 mesh. I used an open stitch for the background. This is a T-stitch. And you can see that the T-stitch sort of like made almost like a polka dot kind of feel on the edge of the design. When I purchased this, it was just the round circle in the middle, and I added in the square around the side, and I think I'm planning to make this a hanger that I can put either over a doorknob or I have a hook over my kitchen sink that I could hang to decorate for the holiday. I'm so happy with this one, except for one little section. Right here, I don't know if you can see, it got like a little bumpy in here, and I'm not really sure what I did wrong. There are two types of orange in here. One is sort of a straw kind of consistency, and one is a typical wool silk blend, and I don't know if where that straw went in, it made it just a harsher texture. But when you pull back, you really can't tell. This is the fabric that I'm intending to have this finish with. I don't do the finishing myself. I work at a needlepoint shop and they have a terrific finisher. It's called Stitch House. It's in Wayne, Pennsylvania, if you ever are in the area and you want to stop by and see some great canvases. I got this at the Joann's clearance sale, and I'm going to turn this in to be the back of this project. This is a canvas that I am painting. It says goth. One thing you'll quickly learn about me is I love Halloween all year round, and I also love like cute Halloween, not like spooky gross Halloween. So you'll see a lot of my kits have that aesthetic. Painting canvases is something kind of new that I've gotten into. I really like it because I feel like there's a lot of themes that I don't see out there that I'm interested in. Cute pop culture, goth whimsy, this kind of stuff that I feel like more traditional stitchers aren't that into, but I kind of like. So if you're into something a little different, you might enjoy that. I have an Etsy shop, Get to the Point Needlepoint. So I'm a compulsive project starter, so I always have about 105 WIPS or works in progress at any one time. This is a octopus, as you can see. I'm going to get him out of there and show you what he's up to. This is a Madeline Elizabeth design. This canvas came from Bee Stitched Needlepoint in Scottsdale, Phoenix area. I adore sea life, and octopus is in particular, but jellyfish too. And so whenever I see a kit that has that on it, I go for it. So this is more of a painterly style. When you looked at this kit before it was stitched, it just sort of had a random wash of different purples. So I just took out my purple scrap bag and I started like painting with the thread, so to speak. So you can see how that turned out. I'm quite taken with him. And then for the background stitch, I'm doing sort of a rickrack chevron stitch with two different colors to make it look like ocean waves. And I'm also variegating the width of the stitches, so it's gonna look sort of like waves. That's what I'm hoping. Anyway, I'm very happy about how it's turning out, especially on camera. It's looking great. Another thing I'll tell you is I will put anything into a needlepoint mesh that fits through the holes just to see what happens. So the back of this is not traditional needlepoint floss. It actually is fingerling weight sock yarn. This is called Bonbon yarn from Lion Brand, I believe. Again, there was a big pile of them on Joann's clearance, and I scooped up all the colors because I think the sparkle is great. and I have dozens and dozens of those. So how I keep everything is in this big basket, and I have these little zipper pouches, one for each color of the rainbow, and I just throw all my threads in there. They have the labels attached to them if I ever needed to replace them exactly. But like, here's a bonbon right there. There's some traditional DMC in there. There's silk and ivory. There's Milan. Like, if I like the color, I will find a way to use it. And right there is like a watercolor variegated. Got some silk lame braid. And also, I was always an avid cross stitcher, so I have a lot of dyed floss and dyed variegated threads from Etsy and other places I've collected, and they're not going to go to waste. I'm going to put them into my needlepoint kits and see what I can come up with. And also, like, if I see a thread I like this one, I don't really know what I'm going to do with it, but I loved it. It was on sale at a shop. I grabbed it, and it's just waiting in my bag for like the right project to come along. Plus, it's a little different. You see this like real skinny one here? That's actually lace making thread that I bought on a spool from a company called Handy Hands, I think. Kind of a weird name, but they have literally every color of the rainbow. If you ever can't find a color, please look up lace making bobbin thread. I just double this up. It goes through 18 mesh beautifully. I'll show you over here. You see I got really nice coverage. And the nice thing is when you double it up and you knot it, the thread doesn't come apart. You know, you can't pull your needle out. I don't know what the heck I'm gonna do with this, but there's a Halloween kit somewhere that this needs to be the background of. I just saw it online. I was like, I have to have it. This is a pirate skeleton from Wheelhouse Needlepoint. I also have the match to this, which is sort of a pumpkin-headed skeleton sitting in a tote bag. I'm not like super in love with how his face turned out. I feel like it's a little muddy. At distance, it's better. And I'm not sure if that's the thread that I use, this sparkly thing. I wanted him to look sort of enchanted, or if it's the way it was painted, it's just not big enough to have the detail. But again, you know, you're looking at things at distance mostly. The background here, I was trying to recreate a tutorial I saw on how to make your own gingham, but unfortunately I spaced it wrong. So I kind of like started with it. I really like the diagonals. So now I'm just filling it in with golden color, and we're gonna see how it turns out. He might end up being an experiment all around, and we'll just chuck him. When I say chuck them, I don't mean throw away. I mean, I have a folder of finishes that I don't really want to like fully finish. I just was like perfecting my stitches, practicing colors. They're just not like fit for display necessarily. This is a next up for me. So I do traditional designs as well. This is a Patty Mann design that I picked up at Fireside Stitchery in Malvern, Pennsylvania. My daughter is working on her PharmD degree and will be doing her white coat ceremony in the fall. So I'm stitching this for her, and I'm going to match the color of the scrubs, match her scrubs, which is very close to this color, just like a little darker. My only dilemma with this is my daughter has long, straight black hair, so I need to switch out this hairstyle, which is very Farrah Fawcett 1970s. These are the color of her scrubs. I'm using Neon Rays simply because it matched the best, and I thought that this sheen matched the type of fabric that the scrubs come in, that industrial, silky, almost plasticky, silky kind of nylon feel. So I think that's gonna look pretty good. And I got a couple different colors so I can do the shading and such. So I need to pick a background color, so you'll have to let me know what you think would go nicely with that. This is the mate to the pirate skeleton. It's the jack-o'-lantern skeleton. So I think since his face is a little bigger, fatter, this one actually might turn out better in the long run. So maybe I'll try the same technique with this one and hope for a better result. Last up in this video is my craft room. I am a craftaholic. I have a million things in here. This is my stitch stash, tons of canvases and background fabrics. So whenever I need a project, I can dig in there and find something fun to work on. I'll show you this one that I'm particularly excited about. Also from Bee Stitched. I mean, would you look at that? I love it. Another new find for me has been this yarn, I guess you'd call it. This is called Squeaky Clean. It's from Loops and Threads, which is you can find at Michael's. I've also gotten some online. Basically what this is used for is to make your own sponges or scrubbies or like washcloths. But I noticed it's the same width as a lot of my needlepoint thread, and so I've been sticking it in my needlepoint canvases, and I want to show you what it does because these little hairs like stick up and it's so awesome. So I've been ordering every color I can find, and what I'm going to use it for, I'll show you the examples. I did it on a taco as the lettuce, and I did it on palm trees as like the pool water background. It's just so fun and it's very durable. But the other project I have in mind for it right now is this witchy lady. This came from my home needlepoint store where I work. It's from Stitch House, and this is from our CJK trunk show, which is in now. I'll have to look up the artist's name. I've forgotten it at the moment, but I will do that and add it in for you so you know the artist. I'm gonna use the green Squeaky Clean, which is in here. This stuff as her hair. I'm so excited. And I think I'm gonna use the black Squeaky Clean on the bats. And maybe her socks would be cute with that as well. I have all the colors for that. So I think that would look great. When I first bought this stuff, my niece was like, you need a Halloween kit to put this in. It would be so great as like cobwebs or, you know, monster hair, cat hair, that kind of thing. So we're gonna go hog wild with the Squeaky Clean and see what we get out of it. The other crafts I'm into from time to time are journaling and adult coloring. I love diamond painting, and actually if you go to my Instagram, you can follow me for diamond painting, and also on TikTok, it's at Diamond Painting Daily. Here's a whole bunch of my cross stitch threads, and here's a couple more needlepoint finishes that I've had fully finished. This one I actually didn't do any background on at all. I really liked the gray mesh, and actually it's stuffed with a lime green fabric to have that poke through like a little bit. That's the back. These were finished by Stitch House. This is my Transylvania ornament. This glows in the dark, which just makes me happy to no end. So that's what I did the Transylvania in. The Transylvania is actually very fine gauged yarn that glows in the dark, and the moon was stitched in a waxy kind of glow in the dark needlepoint thread embellishment. These items, the glow in the dark needlepoint thread, I got in a grab bag of thread scraps from Fireside Stitchery. I've been kind of into the idea of adding charms lately. I got these from Michael's in a sale they were having, and I have like an axolotl. I had a taco and a soft pretzel that I've already turned into other finishing projects. I have a canvas on my Etsy shop that's a Big Mac, more or less, and I was thinking it would be so cute to be stitched and then have this hanging off the finishing of the ornament. This is the Big Mac I was talking about. I hope you enjoyed touring my needlepoint obsession with me. I look forward to connecting with you guys and starting this channel with you all. If there's anything that you're hoping to see here, let me know. and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.